As requested, here's a quick tutorial of the water marble nail effect in the raspberry ripple colour. I'm using filtered water, which is at room temperature, but I've put it in the microwave for 3 seconds as this nail varnish tends to dry a little bit quicker than others. I'm creating a bullseye effect and I'm using 3 shades of nail varnish, so I'm using the darkest shade first, then the lightest shade and then the middle shade. This will give you the most marbled effect when you use the pin to drag the colours around to create the swirls. In total there'll be 8 drops of nail varnish to create the bullseye and 4 of those will be of the pale pink. You want to work really quickly for this because the nail varnish dries on top of the water very quick. Once you've created your bullseye, you're going to need either an orange stick, a pin or a toothpick, and you're going to be using that to drag the colours out to create the swirls. I start the swirls by dragging the centre of the bullseye in 2 directions to begin with. And then using the pin, I just like to swirl the colours together. I also like to make sure you drag the outside colour to the centre so you get a really nice marbled effect with the dark shades and the light shades. A little tip is to dip the pin into the water when you're finished swirling. That will give you a nice clean finish. Now I've got the pattern that I want, I'm just turning the little pot around as there's a particular area I want to use for my nail. I've already got Scotch tape around the nail bed. And now I'm just lining my nail up, and it's a case of being horizontal to the pattern and dipping in and down and being careful not to scrape the bottom of the pot, otherwise you'll just remove all the nail varnish you've just placed on your nail. Just gently blow on top of the water to dry the surface varnish that's left over, and then using a cotton bud just swirl around just to pick up that excess nail varnish. If, like me, you've still got varnish sitting on top of the water, just give it another blow over the top, and then once you see it just form a skin, just run the cotton bud around it again. Once the water's clean, you can remove your fingernail and you can see the design. Then you've just got to gently take off the Scotch tape and run a clear coat of nail varnish over the top, and it's done.